Hey, today I have Kimberly Wirfs, a virtual assistant, sharing her journey on how she went from a in-home childcare provider to virtual assistant of your Moxie. Hey, I'm Emily Reagan. I train virtual assistants how to be souped up, highly prized marketing assistants. If you want to grab the services I started with, download my 10 marketing tasks. These are what I did in my business for over 13 years and was able to grow within different client businesses, help with more marketing, and build up to more expensive marketing packages and higher rates. And I also have a free Facebook group where you can come continue the conversation. Today I have Kimberly Wirfs. She is a former military spouse and a freelancer. She owns a business called Your Moxie, where she does different business support between marketing, operations, and online business management. She does funnels, she does websites, she uses Go High Level, and she's sharing what she's learned in her 3 years of freelancing. And I think there's a lot of good stuff here. There is an entire podcast episode if you want to dive deeper than we can cover on this short YouTube video. And while you're here, hit subscribe so you don't miss another video that will help you in your freelance digital service business, help you level up your clients, get better at your services, charge more so you can get to that place like Kimberly's talking about where you are efficient and making more money. All right, let's jump in. So tell us how you made the shift into freelance work.
So in 2017, I went to a music festival. Nobody wanted to go with me. I saw there was an opportunity to volunteer. Because I was there by myself, I kind of stuck around like the person that was in charge of the volunteers. You know, we had texted a little bit and stuff after that. And so I was like, hey, do you have any like back end work before the concert? Because there was another one coming up. This was the next year. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. She sent me stuff. She's like, if you can do this, and I like totally did it. It was just spreadsheets. You just needed, this information over here on this part of it. She didn't have the time or the brain capacity to get it done. So she's like, okay, I can delegate this, So 2 months later, another music festival came up and she's like, are you okay to do the same thing? And I was like, yeah. Obviously. Nice. So I did the same, it did the same thing. That was the summer, August of 2018. Come around to March of 2019 and I get this text from her. I mean, we had texted here and there. She's like, so my boss wants to come in and chat with you about maybe you helping me out with stuff for Soundwell, which is the local venue. So that is kind of like my start. So I say I've been doing VA work since 2018.
Which I think kind of makes you, no offense, kind of old in this industry. Like 2018 was before it was really popular.
I love how you say you're kind of like old in the industry. Yes. But like I've stuck to until like the last year or so, I've kind of stuck to what I'm doing now and not really expanding my skills. And so the last year and a half, I've been working on expanding my skills and making sure I can go out and get those bigger positions because I know more and I can do more. And I'm sure I have that, like the skills and the knowledge there. I just, we all have that imposter syndrome.
Yeah, especially when it comes to marketing. If you don't have that 4-year marketing degree, you're like, am I really the one to be here? But as you've learned through taking UDMA, like you came to the course with skills with clients and you were able to, I like that you said like enhance. And sometimes I hear like skill up and be able to have the confidence to say yes to other services. So tell us like, what are you doing now in your business?
I do want to go back to like the organization and how you were saying that I'm, very organized. Mm-hmm. I forget that is like a skill. And the reason why I say that is because I have a couple of mentors that have helped me with different things when it comes to like business wise or even personal wise. I will say, well, I mean, isn't it just obvious that you would organize it like that? And she's like, no, people don't think like that. And I'm like, really? I don't get that. Like, because I think in an organized fashion that would not just be like for everybody. Like that's where I forget again, like that it's a skill. But I started my business Moxie just about a year ago. For right now, I'm a virtual assistance company because I can do a multitude of things. We can make sure that you have someone who needs to help you with your admin tasks. And we can also, be an online business manager. So I actually have a product that I do like admin, email customer service for, and I do like some basic admin stuff for them. And then I have 2 local clients that are venues. One of them is a restaurant and one of them is a music venue. So I'm kind of like the middleman when it comes to the location and accounting. And so I make sure everybody's tips and everything. So it's like bookkeeping-esque type. And then I also am on the events team.
I hear you getting in, and I hear you working your way up and doing more manager roles. Like people can trust you to make decisions, to keep tabs on what's happening. Like, I think that's so cool because we kind of like make fun of this assistant title, but in all of those, you've kind of explained how you've leveled up within and bring ideas to the table as well. So
lately I've kind of been in a rut where I'm like, I feel like I need some new blood. And I also, just the last couple of days has figured out why I'm feeling like I'm in a rut and what I can change and what I can do. So I'm excited for things moving forward, which is good, because just because you want to make changes within your business doesn't mean you have to let go of everybody that you've been working with, like let go of your existing clients. Because sometimes people think that, well, if I make a pivot, do I have to let go of all of this that I've already built? Well, no, you don't have to, but you have to know that still, is that serving you? Is that still what you want to do? Because if there are things that, come up that things that I don't want to do any longer, then I'm going to let them go.
Yeah.
But right now I'm still loving, because I love the variety.
I think the most successful service providers are the ones who do learn to say no, and it's hard. Obviously you've kind of worked your way up in manager roles, but how has the backside of your business changed?
So with a couple of them, it's not about like maybe increasing my prices, because everything for me is a package. And so because everything is so different, I'll say, I need more. So let's discuss this. I will say, because I know more, I am making more because I'm actually working less, because I'm more efficient. The more I can do, the more efficient I am, the more I actually can do in less time. Like I said, the more I learn, the more I do, the more I have that background or, that backing of like, hey, I'm doing this, this, and this, and let's increase these prices.
Are there any other like client management tips you have for somebody starting out, or maybe something you wish you'd known that you've kind of learned along the way? I mean, you're doing a good job by setting your schedule, telling clients when you won't work and when you will, like
mentally, like, turning off of those tabs in your brain because you want to get the things done. That for that aspect of like trying to kind of turn things off, of just setting it up so you have specific dates. So know when you need to hit something by, and be like, okay, I can let this go until tomorrow because I know I have 3 days until it needs to be done and I am this much ahead. And it really is, project management, reverse engineering type things.
I think people listening will be like, oh yeah, like permission to kind of step up and do this and see the strengths. And what do you love hearing your clients say about you? Like what just gets you heart going?
I love like, hey, I love where where you're going with that idea. Like the fact that they like my input. And I think that's where it was. The acknowledgement that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You're a contributing team member with a brain and bringing something to the table. Better. So you are one of those all-star students who came to all of the UDMA calls. Like you get it. You've been doing the work. Sometimes I have a hard time telling other virtual assistants why they should invest in a course like this to learn marketing. What would you say to somebody?
If marketing interests you and you hear your clients talking about it, then yes, you want to level up. So if it interests you and you want to learn more about it, then yes, invest in yourself in that aspect. And I know sometimes it's hard because you're utilizing that money that you're making as a virtual assistant and you need that, but just set aside, like maybe $25, $50 to be able to invest back into yourself. And that's what I would do.
I had to mention this as we close out. this need for community, for people to talk to, I think that's helped you in your business, but could you speak to that for a little bit?
I totally agree with that. I am a people person. And then sometimes I will come to like the happy hours and I'm like, okay, Kim, you can't talk the whole time. You can't talk the whole time because I want to like interject and be like, but what about this? Or what about this? Because sometimes, when all you have is little humans or teenage humans to talk to, you really crave that adult conversation. It's so nice to have community members that just get it. And there's sometimes you just want to vent about your clients, and that's also nice too.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about the Digital Marketers Workgroup?
Honestly, there's sometimes that I don't check it, like for like maybe a week or two, but to know I can go in there at any time and be like, hey, I have this problem. Or just to like read other people's things and like, oh, I've had that problem before. I have something to contribute, because you need to have that community. So I truly believe community is important. It's the only way that, you aren't going to go crazy.
Okay, Kimberly, this was so fun. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being encouraging, inspiring, all that you have done in our work group to share, and in UDMA, the last cycle. Again, we have a full podcast episode going more into Kimberly's story, how she transitioned out of childcare providing into the freelance space and what she has learned. She also has a freebie for you. Click down below. You can get her 5 tools to help you scale in business. One thing I've really learned from Kimberly is how organized she is and what a strength that is when you can come into a client's business and help them map out deadlines, projects, launches, and all of that. So she has a freebie, 5 tools that will help you scale your business. Grab that down below. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss another episode here on this channel to help you in your digital service business. Whether you're a virtual assistant, a marketing assistant, a creative specialist, or a manager of some sort, you're in the right place. I'm Emily Reagan, and I'm here to help.